Unicorn Hunters is back bigger and bolder.
Can investors make money on this?
We research and identify potential unicorns.
That was the most inspiring pitch I've heard yet on the show.
You hear the pitches?
I can see the future through artificial intelligence.
Then our Unicorn Hunters will stress test them.
You mentioned that farmers are not trustful. Investors, they're probably even less trustful.
Oh,
You can predict the future. All I want to know is in 5 years, do I have hair and am I skinny?
You are thinking big, you are thinking differently, you dare to be disruptive, and I commend you for that.
She's that brilliant. I think she could be the next Elon Musk.
It's so crazy, it might just work.
Something's still wrong about the math here. How are you going to get to $20 million?
When the former United States Treasurer tells you you have a math problem,
I think the mission is powerful. I'm not worried that he can't do it. I'm worried that he came here too soon.
She's like this mad scientist that comes out and says something spectacular.
In investing, you either bet on the horse or you bet on the giant. So what do you do if this does not work?
One thing I am is stubborn. I don't just give up.
Impress our experts and it's a game changer.
I believe in you, so I'm a yes.
Yes, yes, and yes.
With revolutionary companies.
what if you had a solution that enabled you to see where your next risk is likely to materialize?
The way that we treat pain, it's just outdated.
We've only got 5 years to save the planet. What are we going to do?
I'm going to give happiness a run for the money so you can realize your best self and a better world.
Cross-examinations by celebrity guests.
I think this company could be a real knockout. We have to see.
Everyday world investors join the hunt, live in the audience.
Should we be afraid of your AI?
And the opportunity to get additional funding of up to 10 million unicorns. The official equity-backed cryptocurrency of Unicorn Hunters. Time to meet the next Elon Musk. Join the hunt for the next unicorn.
My heart's beating. I'm excited. Everything I'm going to say is based in science. I know my company is the future, and the timing is right. Chris and Susan, I got to remember where everyone's sitting. I'll do my best not to move around too much, but I am a mover and a shaker. Yeah. I've been waiting my whole life for this. Reminding myself to speak through my heart, you know, instead of my head. The heart is beating. Are you picking it up?
A little bit.
All right. Getting an investment would mean the world is ready for this. This is now real, and nothing can stop it.
As an engineer, business developer, and global license expert, Susan Brown is a trifecta Silicon Valley rock star. With dual engineering degrees in electrical and computer engineering from UC Berkeley. Over the course of her 25-year career, she has raised over $30 million for numerous startups around the world, led the charge in developing Ethernet for Apple in the late 80s while being personally influenced by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Throughout the boom years of Silicon Valley, she was involved in many successful startups and exits, co-founding a business responsible for the beginning of wireless email and was a major player in the development of internet and web TV, including one of the first patents filed for NFT technology in 2018. When not dominating and revolutionizing the worlds of tech and business, Susan can be found winning medals in international track and field events, skiing the slopes of the Alps, or meditating to get centered. Now at the top of her game, she's on a mission to get the world to work with her in preserving a rapidly growing resource: happiness.
Wow, that was a moment of bliss in the flow where I took the time to align and cohere my heart into resonance with my mind and mint a token of me. My name is Susan Brown. I'm the CEO, the founder, and the mother of Token of Me, a company founded in Zurich, Switzerland. We mint NFTs, tokens, currencies with your flow using biometric wearables. This is based in science, and I know it's going to change the world. My 30-year career in Silicon Valley started when Steve Jobs personally inspired me to study engineering and come work for Apple in the late 80s, where I got to design Ethernet and put it on the Mac motherboards for the first time ever. So when it comes to tech, I've seen and I've done a lot. And I know that my company is the future. Money today is broken. It's backed by worthless debt. And it turns society into win-lose competition, where most are losing. And when you print more, it's worth less. So what if currency could be win-win? Backed by something of greater value that's worth more the more you have, like love, joy, happiness, peak performance. You know, most people today aren't very happy with their jobs, and very few are doing what they truly love. Well, Token of Me is here to change all of that by gamifying life with a soul compass that can be integrated into any wearable to measure your flow and reward you. Now, this might sound far-fetched, but this is science. Today, we have the ability to measure the biometric markers of flow, the highest of peak states, using our 33 patent-pending methods to measure and tokenize flow. Flow is this universal energy that connects us all and inspires the best in everyone. And you can't fake it because the heart doesn't lie. And goosebumps, those are the cosmic orgasms of truth. Flow is when musicians write their hit song and you get goosebumps listening to it. Or athletes get into the zone and win matches and break records, and scientists get their breakthroughs. That's flow. Here are some examples of a few of our users flowing with a soul compass, measuring our flow, and minting NFTs. This is a demo of our mobile app underneath. It's running now. And each time a user gets into a flow state, a token is minted, storing the value of your flow in an NFT. And you can use these today in gaming, or you can exchange them for currencies, or an event, real or virtual, in the metaverse. Gaming is blurring the lines with finance, with play to earn games. Now, we don't compete with any of them. We up-level all of them. You know, people thought Steve Jobs was crazy when he talked about putting the power of personal computing in the palms of people's hands. Well, I never thought I would see this in my lifetime. And yet here it is. Token of Me is going to revolutionize money and give you the tools to mine yourself and bring the value home. So you can call me crazy, because they called Steve crazy until he wasn't. I'm gonna give happiness a run for the money so you can realize your best self and a better world. And you can join me in betting on the heart wins. Who would like a token of me? Any questions?
Coming up, Susan goes into the unicorn grilling.
Can you show how it works?
You can see average skin conductivity on the right. This is not a pipe dream.
Unicorn, the cryptocurrency of the future. To learn how to invest, go to unicoin.com.
Any questions?
Many. One, I'd like to know, working with Steve Jobs, what did you learn and witness by being around him early on?
The most valuable people in the world have more flowing through them instead of to them. And he taught me how to follow my heart.
Beautiful. Yes.
Is it also in his honor that you walk barefoot, as he famously did?
He did. Our reasons might be different. I'm actually more grounded. I can flow more when I'm actually grounded, and shoes usually have rubber in them and keep you from feeling that high. So this is actually science, my barefootness. It's not just because, I like to be barefoot.
Yeah, see, everyone made fun of me from being Mississippi not wearing shoes, but that's the reason. We're grounded.
You had told me somebody was going to use the word orgasms on our show. I would have told you you had lost your mind. So for that reason alone, I love you. I don't even know where to begin. I'm not so sure that wasn't the most inspiring pitch I've heard yet on the show. But I do have some business questions, okay? Who the hell's gonna buy this? Right, what's your market?
Our initial target, we're starting with gaming, okay? Not everybody's a gamer, that's okay. But we wanna target musicians, because they just get it. And athletes, because they flow a lot. Creators, all creators. There's a reason why NFTs are so hot. Creators, artists are finally getting their just desserts. They're finally being honored and rewarded for the value they're creating.
Could you imagine someone winning a Grammy and having that moment as an NFT?
That's right.
For our global audience that really doesn't understand the NFT market or what an NFT is, can you just give us the lay term of what is an NFT?
So an NFT stands for non-fungible token, and it's a virtual token that cannot be copied or stolen, right? You own it. And you can store anything in an NFT and share it with anybody else anywhere in the world without any middleman. So that's kind of what makes it so powerful. And now we're just adding proof of resonance, proof of coherency, proof of flow to the NFT to make sure that it's the most valuable that it can be.
So what exactly is a soul compass?
So we created our own soul compass, but we've integrated the technology into like the Apple Watch and other wearables. So it's measuring, at the moment, 8 biometric readings. So the most basic is heart rate variability. That's the basic concept of coherency. We take that to a whole nother level. We're literally, you'll like this, we're analyzing your heart like it's a song. In the time and the frequency domain, we're looking for the frequencies, the harmonics, as if it was music.
Yeah.
Okay? And when you get goosebumps, that's a super high frequency that is very tangible, that we're also measuring.
Great. Well, can you show how it works or give us a visual of what we would expect?
I have it running here. So we're connecting to the device, whether it be whichever soul compass, and pairing it with Bluetooth. Very simple. And it's starting to gather data. We overlay names like coherency and alignment and resonance, and you can see average skin conductivity on the right. Then you end the session and it will mint an NFT, assuming the parameters have been met. And it's actually right now on a blockchain, it's still on a blockchain, that NFT.
And so that's the NFT.
That's a very basic NFT.
People want to personalize everything they've got these days. So I can see in a future iteration, people actually being able to select elements of what their NFT would look like. I can see that being attractive to people.
I mean, it's a whole new marketplace, but the world is ready for artists to share in the value of your NFT if you'll let them.
You are incredibly inspirational. I mean,
Thank you,
amazingly so.
Thank
and
you,
so
Susan.
I congratulate you for thinking this. But coming back to the world of the company, you project that you'll have $5 million of sales next year and $50 million, I think it was, in 2024.
Yes.
You've got a number of patents outstanding. How does that all fit together?
Okay.
You know, saying I'm going to have $50 million in sales in 2 years, jumping from 5, that's kind of a lot.
Sure, Susan's right. You know, in this new world, these are crazy jumps. But if you watch the world of gaming right now, it has generated $218 billion last year, surpassing the movie business with just 22. The gaming partners that we're targeting are easily making $5 million a day. You guys, this is like the internet on steroids. It really is, and I lived through all that. So I understand what's happening.
My concern is with the common people, because we're rare. The common people, how do we get them interested in flow and starting their day in a peaceful state, which most people, they don't do?
Well, you can play to earn. This is an income stream. And if someone doesn't want to, well, I let them be. I don't chase them down. This is only for those who are really ready for it. And it's true, a lot of the peak athletes and, you know, peak entertainers, they might not use it either, but they'll love it. So it's like it's a collective. It's a way to inspire your fans.
Susan, what I would like to understand a little bit better now is you will make money from the selling of the hardware. So that's one revenue stream, correct?
Initially, yes, it is not the cash cow.
I understand, but to jumpstart, you will be selling the hardware.
Yes, we're already selling the Soul Compass.
Excellent. And you have already pre-orders?
Yes.
That they are going to hit the market when?
We have 100 pre-orders ready. We've been perfecting the new app before delivery. So now we're ready to ship these first ones out to our advanced pilots.
Well, thank you for explaining. We're struggling to understand the value of your particular NFT.
I see that everything is going to be an NFT eventually. And it's more than a receipt, it's ownership. And you can now transfer that ownership reliably to anyone else in the world.
Coming up, the panel tells Susan it's time to get real.
I am very concerned about the numbers. My experience in venture capital taught me that when you backload numbers, it's very hard to meet them, particularly in the kind of market that we're going into right now. So I worry about the numbers, I worry about valuations.
I want to touch on your points. You know, the numbers and the revenue and the valuations. The gaming market is exploding, and you cannot stop this. It's a good thing. And the valuations, this is like the internet all over, only bigger. There's a reason why all of the startups in my field are being valued in the billions, not millions. There is a reason, and if you could figure that out, then you would understand why this investment is going to be realized. This is not a pipe dream.
Susan, I'd like to open it up to our studio audience here to see if anyone has a question. Anyone?
Hi. So there are millions of people who are very much not in a flow state, who have anxiety and depression. In a world where we integrate token of me to the masses, won't that leave them behind and make them feel isolated?
No, definitely not. Everyone is being measured against yourself. So you can have a bad day or be going through a bad decade, and you can pull yourself together literally by just getting quiet and breathing or meditating or going for a walk in nature. And in fact, it's actually easier when you're really in the dumps to move up the scale. And one of the fastest ways is looking for the blessings in disguise. If you can start turning things in your life that you think are curses and find the blessings, just that contemplation will increase your flow.
But Susan, why did you get into the trouble of developing a hardware solution instead of focusing your efforts on integrating the software into existing devices and leverage from a better distribution model?
We wanted to, but we had to lead the way, and there were just things that the existing wearable world didn't understand what to measure. And through meditation, we downloaded the answers. We didn't raise capital from venture capital. It's all friends and family, angels, and we didn't sell our soul. So we knew we just had to prove it and demonstrate it and have the app running. Now we can go to the partners like Apple and Fitbit and go, guys, you're close. You've got some things and we got it running, but it's not as good as that. Could you upgrade your sensors? And could you let us in on the back of the data so we can do our secret thing? Now we know there's gonna be knockoffs, and we just wanna be the best at validating flow so that you can't fake it. And by the way, if you do try to game it, you're just gonna be cheating yourself because we're measuring your trending against you, nobody else. So we have a testimonial here from one of the most legendary venture capitalists in the world, Bill Tai, and he knows how to measure and find the unicorns.
Hi, I'm Bill Tai. I'm a venture capitalist based in Silicon Valley, California. I've been in the venture business for about 30 years and have funded companies in silicon, computer equipment, internet infrastructure, whether it's Canva, Wish, Zoom, Tango, TweetDeck, companies like that. Susan's project, Token of Me, is incredibly ambitious and incredibly interesting if it can work. While it's still early, the market is really ripe for this kind of thing. Between apps that are exploding in value, like the meditation apps that you see, and the explosion of sensors and application of those sensors in everyday life through things like the Apple Watch or the Samsung Watch or Garmin devices or the Oura Ring, we're at the verge now of combining all of those things. It's a big project, but if it works, it could be transformative. Everybody wants to be a better person if they think it's achievable. That's something that I think people will pay for.
All right.
With backing like that, frankly, this is something we just can't ignore.
Susan, it's clearly such an interesting concept, and I know there's a lot of buzz about it at the moment, but I want us all to take a look at the screen because we've got a great question from a very special celebrity guest, Layla Ali.
All right.
Hey, Susan, I really enjoyed your pitch, but I do have a question for you. So you say that I can sell these NFTs based on my happiness and joy, but besides the value to me in the moment, why would someone want to buy the NFTs based on these feelings? What's the value?
Such a beautiful question. And everyone in a state of flow has value. You uplift others, you have influence, you become a win-win player. And it actually is tangible. You can pull others up with your joy. I mean, you know what it's like being around someone who's happy? That's way more inspiring. And so we want to just help everyone learn how to follow their joy. And I believe the collective will value this.
Susan, I think this company could be a real knockout. We have to see. Good luck.
Thank you.
Susan, thank you very much. There is definitely a lot to unpack. So why don't you give us a few minutes? Wait outside, we will confirm and call you back.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. An investment from the Unicorn Hunters would really mean the world to me because I wanted to inspire everyday people. And that's what this show lets me do.
Coming up, the Circle of Money will decide if Susan has what it takes to be a unicorn.
I'm not sure you can patent someone's emotion.
It's so crazy, it might just work.
next-generation cryptocurrency designed to be equity-backed and dividend-paying. To solidify your investment, go to unicoin.com.
Has she gone yet?
She's gone.
She's gone. Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
That was a lot to unpack.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow, he says.
I don't know what the hell I'm feeling.
Question is, are you flowing?
I'm delighted we're giving such a range of opportunities to our viewers.
This is so outside the box.
It's merging business with something that typically would never even come into contact with business and commerce, which is why it's such a challenging proposition, because she's talking about materializing and quantifying inspiration. And there's a theoretical understanding of this. I can see it making sense within that universe. But within this universe, I just don't know that it's going to pass over the theoretical test into anything practical.
It's a teaching moment for sure, and we probably don't grasp it because she's that brilliant. I think she could be the next Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a genius. She's very Steve Jobs-esque. She's got that style and that spirit.
Personally, it would be crazy not to back someone like that.
Yeah, but this is why I'm conflicted.
Yeah.
She's so inspiring.
Yeah.
Clearly brilliant. But I'm 60 years old. Investors watching, I'm sure some of them are my age. And the last I checked, Dungeons and Dragons was about like killing shit. So now we're gonna go to gamers to sell love? Aren't they like doing cars and guns and?
Well, I think the correlation to the gaming thing is actually a plus, because 55% of all the currency that's associated with gamers is decentralized.
Yep.
So she does have a market there of younger people that understand crypto and NFTs better than our generation. So that is a plus. In investing, you either bet on the horse or you bet on the jockey. And people tell you, bet on the jockey. But for me, I believe there's a lot of value in the technology that haven't been patented yet that I believe will open up a number of revenue streams.
That's a really good point.
She's talking about creating the Steve Jobs of it all. The lunacy that is so bridged with the genius here is that she may in fact really understand what kind of currency these people want to trade in. And it's so specific and so personal that it can only be created by them when they're in the moment of euphoria.
I take that and I think there is a lot of value. I love the idea of tokenizing eureka moments. What I don't see is the path to profitability. The concept that has not even been taken to the market, that has no close partnerships. Steve Wozniak, the genius, has Steve Jobs, the marketer, and they have a business plan. I hadn't heard so much about how you connect the dots in a logical manner to take them to like a solid unicorn potential business opportunity.
I thought that her package didn't hold together. She didn't really have a business plan, but I'm just not sure the plan holds together.
I tend to agree. In Silicon Valley, you can often hear the phrase, it's so crazy, it might just work.
That, Alex, I totally agree with. She's like this mad scientist that comes out and says something spectacular, and she's passionate. She'll drive it forward, and it could end up being amazing.
And she has credibility. She worked for Apple, so that's why I was listening so intently. So there might be enormous opportunity. I'm looking forward to her summary, because right now I'm still struggling to see the road to profit.
I actually see how she's gonna make money. I got that this time, and I'm with Alex. Maybe in her closing pitch, she's gonna get me across the finish line. But right now, I'm being honest, who the hell wants to know whether I'm happy right now or not?
Are you happy?
I'm always happy, Susan. but who the hell cares? I mean, honestly, she's trying to convince me that Alex is gonna pay $1 because I'm happy.
And what about us flatliners?
I'll pay 50 cents for that. How's that?
Okay. Should we bring her back in, guys?
Yes.
Do it.
Welcome back, Susan.
Thank you.
I hope you're now in a flow state, because right now I want you to take a deep breath, and we're going to give you 60 seconds to tell us why this is a value proposition worth investing in. Your time starts now.
A purpose of Token of Me is to inspire the magic in humans to realize the unicorn you were born to be. Currency can now be made from heart coherency and resonance with your true self. We hold the patent pending keys to measure and reward flow, and we give you the tools to mine yourself as much abundance as you will allow your true self to flow. Love, joy, happiness, peak performance. We bank on people because you are the value and your true value is infinite. We assigned a majority of the company shares to a trust to inspire you to realize your best self and win the game of life. And you will own the company. The future is win-win. I'm betting on it and I'm all in. Let the games begin.
Coming up,
I believe there's some tremendous obstacles.
They did not see the roadmap.
how many yeses will Susan get?
I will have to say,
And I have to say,
I vote.
I will say
Seeing you cry is killing me.